Hello, welcome GTL podcast fans, tennis fans, Australian Open fans. Welcome to Kavi's Corner, Day 8 Australian Open Roundup. We had some pretty big matches last night. I'm sure you all know we had some upsets. We had some heavy hitting. We had some youngsters in play. We had the ultimate veteran come through. His name is Novak. Let's get right into it, all right? Let me just set this up right here. Also, thank you for joining me, and please give us a like, a subscribe, a share. Hit us up on Patreon, PayPal if you'd like to support. And I'm going to check the comments here in a little bit. We'll have a little chat, but we're going to start it off with Nole. It's the Joker, y'all. All right, check it out. From at Australian Open, can't stop, won't stop, Joker Nole Oz Open AO23. Check this out. You got Agassi on the right. You got Djokovic on the left, 25. So what that means, Novak Djokovic, 25th consecutive match win at the Australian Open, joint second longest streak of men's singles wins at the AO behind Andre Agassi's streak of 26. Let me know if you think that streak will be broken. I personally do think so. All right, moving on. But actually, we're not moving on. We're moving on with more Nole because Alex de Minaur lost to him in straight sets. We'll go over the scores in a bit. But de Minaur on Novak's hamstring says, I think everyone's kind of seeing what's been happening over the couple of weeks. It's the only thing everyone's been talking about. Either I'm not a good enough tennis player to expose that, or it looked good to me. So there you have it. I don't know, is he being facetious? Is he knocking himself? Is he knocking Novak? It's kind of a little bit of both, but a little bit of neither. But Novak had something to say on the hamstring. This is from at Gil Gross. Djokovic on his hamstring, I didn't feel anything today. So either... yeah, I know. It's just kind of funny. A lot of people are talking about it's just a fake injury, and they're comparing, when Nadal's hurt, he doesn't get this sort of treatment. I find it interesting. I don't know why people think that he would actively fakely bandage himself and take medical timeouts and take pills in order to, be able to perform. So I'm not in the camp that thinks he's faking, but I do kind of think it's comical. All right, big upset alert here on the women's side. We have, oopsie daisy. I keep doing this. I do this full screen thing when I'm trying not to. There we go. And boom. Magda Linette. This is from Jose Margado. Magda Linette beats number 4 Caroline Garcia, the WTA Finals champion, 7-6 and 3 and 6-4 from 0-3 down in the first set to reach her first career Grand Slam quarterfinals at the Aussie Open. Not the Polish player we expected in the quarters. Swiatek, her catch out. Incredible run. Man, she served so well at the end of this match. She went toe-to-toe with Garcia, and that's not an easy thing to do on serve. Absolutely. So, yeah, that was a great performance there. Now let's get into a little bit of the Saba. Saba has been my favorite since day one, and she is continuing to make me feel that way. This is from Vunch at Vunch V2K. Says, this is the most mentally stable in terms of tennis. I'm sure she's mentally stable in other ways. This is the most mentally stable and reliable from a tennis point of view I have ever seen Sabalenka. She is confident and striking the ball with such conviction and shrugging off her errors with several winners. She beats Bencic 7-5, 6-2, played and won 8 matches, and is 16 for 16 sets in 2023. So the world number 5, rolling along. I will get into a little more in-depth on this match. All right, what do we got next? We've got Donna Vekic, Victorious Vekic, the Croatian, after injury troubles, has now found her form. This is from at Australian Open. Victorious Vekic at Donna Vekic reaches her maiden Aussie Open quarterfinal. And there you have it. Lovely smile. Got the earrings. Rocking the Yonex. And this is the score line. We will go over them again. But the 17-year-old Linda Fravirtova, had a phenomenal tournament. she actually, it looked like this wasn't going to go more than 2 sets after the first one, but she really just took that set by storm. And the third set was actually really close as well. It wasn't, it was only a 1 break difference. So anyways, we'll get into more of the score lines here in a bit. And then up next, what do we got? We've got Karolina Pliskova, former number 1 Karolina Pliskova. Again, Jose Morgado saying, now 30 years old and completely under the radar in this tournament. Yes, I agree. She is flying under the radar. Absolutely. Improves to 8-0 versus Shuai Zhang, beating the Chinese 6-love, 6-4 in 55 minutes to reach the quarterfinals at the Australian Open. 4th Australian Open quarterfinals, first since 2019, 10th career Grand Slam quarters, and back-to-back Slam quarterfinals. Her serve is huge. Her forehand is huge. Very, very tough for anyone to handle these days. All right. How about this? My favorite segment. It's called the 5-set frenzy because I love 5-set matches. If you'd like to follow me, there's my handle. It's at Love Tennis. The O's are zeros because in tennis, 0 is love. All right. Aussie Open Day 8 5-set frenzy. We had both these matches I'm going to go in depth on. Rublev defeats Holger Rune. This was a great match. 6-3, 3-6, 6-3, 4-6, 7-6, 11-9. And then Ben Shelton defeats JJ Wolf. Couple of Americans here. A 6-7, 6-2, 6-7, 7-6, 6-2. So there you have it. Some scores on the 5-set frenzy. What else we got? We got another score from last night. Tommy Paul, the American, from Christopher Cleary, says Tommy Paul keeps the good American times rolling in Melbourne, reaches his first Grand Slam quarterfinal with a 6-2, 4-6, 6-2, 7-5 victory over a tough out. Number 24, Roberto Bautista Agut. For the first time since 2003, U.S. men are in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open. Tommy Paul, Sebastian Corda, and Ben Shelton. And there you go with the fist pump, the AO. It's a great photograph there. All right, what else we got? Oh, let me just quickly say hi to the comments. Just real quick. See what's going on. We got Skiing says, hi, Kavi in chat. Hello, Skiing. And let's see here. What? Peter saying, Kavi coked out last night. What happened? I think he means kokanee, not cocaine. We're not into that stuff. Kokanee is a local beer in Vancouver, and so Peter mentions that once in a while. Oh no, actually he meant conked. Okay, I thought you were referring to kokanee because Peter does refer to. He says next time I come to BC, I'm going to buy us a round of kokanees. So he says conked though. Okay, good. That's even better. Let's see here. We got Breaking the Habit says hi to Lubiza. All right. Capricorn says Caro's serve just wasn't there yesterday. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree on that as well. And then Weston Meyer says Vekic is making Koric's comeback last year look like child's play. That's a great one there. All right, we're gonna get back into the storyline. So actually, I should put this back up. So the next storyline goes to couple of match point net cord winners. Yes, Rublev Rune ended on a net cord winner. This is from Bastian Fashan. And Paul RBA, Tommy Paul versus Roberto Bautista Agut, ended on a net cord winner. So these are the reactions after the winners won. Of course, this is actually ends up being 11. They hadn't updated the score yet, but he falls down on his back, just kind of out of like, oh my God, I won a 5-setter, and then quickly gets up thinking, oh God, I got to apologize. And then Tommy Paul, same thing, net cord winner, and that is the match for both of them. Excuse me. Now, some news on the American tennis front, just because it's undeniable how well they've been doing. This is another one from Christopher Cleary. There will be 10 American men in the top 50 come Monday. That's 20% of the top 50 are American men, and here is the list. We got Taylor Fritz, 26 years old. Francis Tiafoe, 25. Korda, 22. Tommy Paul, 25. Jensen Brooksby, 22. John Isner, 37. Ben Shelton is the youngster there at 20. JJ Wolf, 24. Riley Opelka, 24. I thought Riley was older. And Brandon Nakashima, the second youngest on the list, at 21 years old. So congrats to the Americans. Very formidable fortnight here, and it's really showing off in the rankings. And finally, this is for Maria. Yesterday, Maria in the chat was asking, what's up with the balls at the Australian Open? I'm hearing some stuff. So basically, a lot of players are saying that the balls are flatter, they're not bouncing as high, and they're losing their bounce quicker than normal. So you crack open a new can, and normally you have a certain amount of time, that you're going to have a certain type of bounce that you're used to, but it's getting lower faster. So it's losing its bounce quicker. And so this is from former British world number one, Greg Rusedski. I believe he was actually born in Canada. But anyways, that's beside the point. He chose, and he was a big server too. All right, Greg Rusedski says, interesting to see how the ball at Australian Open has affected the results. Being flatter and less bouncy has helped the flatter power hitters. Why can't we have a standard ball made by all the manufacturers throughout the year for the tour? Less injuries as well. I've also wondered that too. I know it's all about sponsorship money and things and blah, 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 blah. But I mean, just for the sake of consistency, it would be nice. Or maybe have like a ball for the clay court season, have a ball for the grass court season, have something that we can kind of get used to, or the players can get used to. But yeah, in the end, you got to play. Whatever it is, you have to play, and the players will play. But if we can't improve, why not give it a shot? All right, y'all, I'm going to take a little break from this screen, and we'll get back to some comments. Let's see here. Capricorn says, I was expecting Rune to beat Rublev. Can Rublev break his quarterfinal Grand Slam curse? I think, let's see here. The problem with that, 1 second, is he faces Novak Djokovic. So I personally think it's going to be very difficult. Novak said, as we started off, felt no pain whatsoever. So if that's the case, and if that continues, I think he's the guy. He is the guy. Okay, what else we got? Peter says, our longtime fave, Pliskova, back in shape, but maybe a surprise. Yazda Magda. Yeah, well, what will happen? Minaur says, oh my gosh, it's Kavi. Yes, it's that Kavi from Kavi's Corner. And also, there's my girl Gobi right there. There's my little puppy. Let's see here. Cocaine Bear, title of a new movie. Yes, it is actually. My cousin sent me the link, and it was pretty funny. And then Peter says, Schooner of Kokanee. That's pretty sweet. Let's see. What else we got? Maria. Maria says, hi, E1, meaning everyone. I've actually never seen that before, and that's kind of cool, and I'm going to steal it or borrow it and attribute it to you. So, Maria, I hope you saw this thing right here. This was for you specifically because you asked about that. So, yeah. And let's see here. Okay, should we get into some in-depth match analysis? Yes, I think we should. So first off, we're gonna go over this match. It was Rublev versus Holger Rune, first top 10 match of Australian Open 23 on the men's side, and it was a doozy, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna pick it up in the fourth set with Rublev up 2-1. Okay, so Game 1 is a really long one. Rune is physically struggling to breathe, or it looked like he might have tweaked his ankle again after he had that fall in the previous match. But when he got to the so anyways, he's struggling physically, and he calls the trainer. But in this long game, he saves 2 break points, which was actually huge. Okay, so then he sees the trainer, and interestingly, they don't look at his leg. They don't look at his wrist or anything with the fall last time. What they did was they took his pulse for the whole time. So it was something more about his heart rate, which is actually a little bit freaky. So it's a good thing that they did that. But turns out everything was fine. And he actually came out with a second wind kind of thing. So actually, I have it here. Come back strong with a second wing. and great play, leading to a break point in the 6th game for a 4-2 lead. So he's now up 4-2 in the 4th set after being down 2-1, trying to force a 5th set. And now serving at 5-3, Rune has a set point, but Rublev denies and then breaks to get back on serve at 4-5. Then immediately Rune breaks back, winning on his 2nd set point opportunity, and boom, 2 sets each, and now we're going 5. All right, 5th set, Rune out of the gate, flying through service games, having pretty much no trouble, giving up 3 points in his first 4 service games, while also breaking for a chance to serve it out. So now the ball is on Rune's racket. He's up 5-3 with a chance to serve it out for the match, but Rublev breaks to love and then holds on his next one, consolidates to level the match at 5-all. Now Rublev is serving at 5-6, all right? And now the score is 15-40. So 2 match points now for Holger Rune on the Rublev serve. But Rublev comes through, saves both match points, takes the game, and forces a tie break. Gutsy stuff from Andrei Rublev, folks. Absolutely. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Now we head to the tie break. Rune takes a commanding 5-love lead to start it off. So it feels like it's okay, foregone conclusion type scenario. But Rublev grabs a couple points and brings it back up to 7-3. All right. So again, 4-point lead seems comfortable. Rublev says, I'm going to get 4 more points now. So it goes from 3-7 to 7-all. All right. Now at 9-7, Rublev has served and he has 2 match points. Okay. Rune saves both of them, but the second one he saved was incredible. Rublev pushed Rune out wide, comes into the net, and so you think, okay, Rune is going to hit it at the net. Rublev's going to cut it off and end it. He hits a sick passing shot. Like he had this much space, hits a sick passing shot to Rublev's right, to his forehand side. Rublev was like, oh my God, couldn't believe it. So there we are, back to 9-all now. Now Rublev is on serve, so he gets his mini hold for a 10-9 lead, and then he breaks Holger Rune for a mini break there and takes it 11-9. What a match, though. Honestly, this was a match and a half. So what I had here was great match, massive hitting from both players. I think Rune surprised Rublev with his power, honestly, because normally Rublev is a guy that's awing people with his power. I also wrote Rune defense and anticipation really stood out. So I was surprised how many times he guessed right on 50-50 balls where he was on the defense. And also his game is very impressive, something that's not talked about very much. And then I also wrote one of the gutsiest Rublev performances I've seen, if not the very most gutsiest ever. Rublev faces Novak, and there you have it. So that was a phenomenal match. First top 10 matchup of the men's side, and it was totally worth the billing. Yes. So let's move on now into the next match, which is this one. Ben Shelton versus JJ Wolf. So now one of the reasons I'm not doing the Novak one was because it was a straight sets victory and he didn't have any issues. But also they keep scheduling him at about 2 a.m. my time, and it's really hard to stay up all day and all night. But anyways, here we go. Wolf Shelton, classic big boy tennis, huge hitting, low number of rallies in every point, tons of serve, +1, +2. So first serve, no breaks in the first set. Wolf takes it in a tiebreak 7-5. Second set, both cruising on serve until Wolf serves at 2-3 and gets broken for the first time in the match. Broken again at 2-5 when he's serving. So Shelton takes it 6-2. We're at 1 set apiece. Third set, again, power serving plus forehand tennis is what I wrote. No breaks. Again, Wolf takes it 7-4 in the tiebreak. Fourth set, Wolf faces and saves 2 breaks in the set. Shelton also faces and saves 1 break point. So no one breaks. Only 3 break points in the set. Goes to a tie break. And this time, Shelton comes out on top, 7-4. Now, 5th set. Shelton breaks Wolf for a 2-0 lead. So he gets an early break, and then he just rides that big serve. He was hitting serves at 140 miles an hour. Wolf was hitting 130. Like, this was big boy tennis, folks. Serve +1. I mean, the ball, it was almost hard to watch. I mean, some of these serves, it was hard to like keep your eye on the ball. It was phenomenal. Big hitting. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So rides his big serve for a 5-2 lead, and then breaks again at when Wolf is serving at 2-5. So it's 6-2. 5th set victory for Shelton. Wins on his first break point and match point of the set, and will face Tommy Paul in the quarters. All-American matchup. All right, one more match we got for you, and then we're going to get back to some comments and some scheduling, and we'll go players of the day as well as some comments. Last match that we're going to go over is this one, Aryna Sabalenka versus Belinda Bencic. Great matchup here. So here's what I've got. First set, Saba a bit flat out of the gate. Bencic really striking the ball well off both wings. So clean hitting from Bencic. She also was executing her plan a little bit better. Saba was out of sorts. This is what I wrote. I said, in the broadcast I mentioned, because I called this match for GTL, in broadcast I mentioned Saba's hands, head, and game plan were out of sync, and they were. But that doesn't mean she won't get out of it. So here we go. Saba gets broken serving at 1-all. So Bencic is now up 2-1. Now midway through the set, Saba starts heating up, crushing the ball, grunting, very energetic in her movements, fist pumping, very positive. Now she breaks back for a 4-4 scoreline. So we're even now. Now the momentum for Saba increases, has Bencic on her back foot as Sabalenka is controlling the points. Bencic serves at 5-6, but a barrage of power breaks her. Sabalenka takes it 7-5 for the first set. Second set, Sabalenka was on her toes as the momentum stayed with her from the outset of the second set, and she also seemed to be gaining more momentum and strength as it went along. So we're on serve until Saba breaks for a 3-1 lead, cruises to a 6-2 second set victory after getting a second break in the set. So Saba was broken. So here's what I have in the notes. Sabalenka was broken in her second service game in the first set, and then never faced a single break point for the rest of the match. It was a commanding service performance and power performance as well. So unfortunate for Vekic, she will be facing Sabalenka. And the reason I say that is because Vekic and Bencic are best friends, and they were actually hoping to face each other. But now Vekic says in the post-game interview, she said, well, now I'm gonna ask Bencic for tips on how to beat Sabalenka. And she didn't beat her, so let's see how that's going to work out. All right, that is your analysis for the 3 matches in depth. Let's get back to some comments, see what is going on. Peter Zaremba saying Rublev is less manic. Yeah, he's looking more stable. Like I said, that was one of the gutsiest performances. Physically, I'm never worried about him. I'm always worried about him mentally, because he's that player. Kind of reminds me of Ange Jabeur a little bit, where they want to win so bad that it's like almost hinders their ability to win. But that was a great performance from Rublev. Really loved it. Okay. Let's see. Western Meyer says the ATP quarterfinal looks like the WTA, while the WTA looks like the WTA, while the WTA is mostly featuring champions and consistency, and men's American tennis looks like women's American tennis from the early 2000s. Crazy. Yeah, history repeats itself, and it goes back and forth. Let's see here. JG says cool. Probably talking about me, and he's right. Let's see what else. And let's see here. This is from Breaking the Habit. Says Djokovic gave Minaur PTSD. Hey guys, also don't forget, join YouTube membership. There's a link right there. Also give us a like, give us a subscribe, share the video, comment. all that fun stuff. Patreon, PayPal, if you want to support, we got all that stuff. All right. Maria did. Okay. She says, yes, Kavi, thank you so much. That was in regards to the tennis ball information that she was requesting yesterday. You're very welcome, Maria. Thank you again for tuning in. We got Cedric Lopez says, big up, Kavi. What's up, Cedric? Thank you, my friend. Big ups to you too. Thanks for joining me. Really stoked that you're here with us. Capricorn BG saying, can Shelton shock the world and win the Australian Open? That would be something, wouldn't it? All right. Skiing says, Kavi, are you all right today? I'm doing great, my friend. Like I said, I fell asleep in the middle of the Djokovic match and the RBA Paul match because they're just too, they keep putting them on the late matches, and for me that's like extremely late. But I'm fine. Wake up, get to set up this segment, which I love to do, and chat with you guys. All right, y'all. Let's get back into some upcoming matches. What can we expect now for today? Actually, first I'm going to go over all of the specific scores of all the matches. First, we'll start with the men's side. So here we go. Fourth round singles scores from yesterday, the full roundup. We've got Rublev over Rune in 5, which we went over that one. And then we've got Shelton over JJ Wolf in 5, 6-2 in the fourth set. Now, the other couple, the evening matches last night were Alex de Minaur, the hometown kid, getting beat down, wins only 5 games to 18 from Novak. In that one, straight sets victory for the former and potentially future number 1. And then RBA loses in 4 sets to Tommy Paul. So Tommy Paul scoreline 6-2, 4-6, 6-2, 7-5. Okay, now let's get on to the women's side. These were the scores yesterday. Very quietly, Karolina Pliskova is making her way deep into another tournament. She beats Zhang for the 6th straight time. That was a 6-0. Yeah, a 6-0 in the head-to-head there. Sabalenka over Bencic, 7-5, 6-2. As you know, I called that one. We just went over it. Donna Vekic over the 17-year-old youngster phenom, Linda Fruhvirtova. She takes that one 6-2, 1-6, 6-3, and that was a great match. And so was this one. Magda Linette with a big upset over number 4, Caroline Garcia, 7-6, 6-4, and a huge serving performance. Who would have thought that the Polish person going deep on the women's side would be Magda Linette? But hey, that's what tennis is all about. You never know what's going to happen, and I say it every day. That's why we play the matches. All right, upcoming for today, we've got the first match of the morning session, or the afternoon session, I should say, is Elena Rybakina versus Yelena Ostapenko. This is a matchup of some heavy-hitting women. This is going to be a great one. Hopefully you are checking that one out. Also in the evening today, we've got Pegula, the highest remaining seed on the women's side, versus former champion, the only former champion on the women's side. And she was only one of 2 from the beginning of the tournament. So that's today's action. Also today on the men's side, we've got quarterfinals. You can catch me actually calling this one. Karen Khachanov versus Sebastian Korda. That's around 7 p.m. my time. So that's West Coast North America. But I'm sure you'll find out what yours is, 3 a.m. UTC. Also, the evening match, we've got Stefanos Tsitsipas versus Yuri Lehechka. I'm going to go ahead and call this the popcorn match of the day. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Okay, now we will get into a couple more comments, and then we'll go into the players of the day. All right, so here we go. Weston saying Bencic should be asking Vekic how to beat Sabalenka instead. Vekic is 5-1 against Sabalenka. Ah, interesting. I actually didn't look that up before. I read the quote where Vekic said, I'm going to ask Bencic, but I didn't know that she actually has a way better head-to-head. So that's kind of funny that she said that. Maybe she's just trying to cheer her friend up. We got Peter saying Plish versus Linette, 2 30-year-olds, a former number 1, and the other late boomer. Interesting. Absolutely. Hassan Ahmed says, have you been doing this for all the Grand Slams in the past? I actually just joined the Game to Love Tennis podcast in November. So this is the first major that I've been a part of. So yeah, I've just been doing this for this tournament so far. Good question. Skiing says, good to hear, Kavi. Yeah, and in regards to how am I doing, and I hope you're doing well as well, Skiing. Skiing's a huge supporter. Really appreciative of you, Skiing. Thank you very much. And Maria is saying, what about one like? How about some likes, y'all? Anyone who's in here, please give me a like if you're feeling it. I would really, really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you joining me on this on these daily roundups, Kavi's Corner. All right. Okay, I'm going to go into our players of the day. Who can guess? You got 10 seconds to guess who my player of the day on the men's side is. You put in the comments, and let's see who's right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here is the answer. Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine. Rublev. Hitting the lines, giving the signs, he's feeling fine. Andre Rublev. All right, and on the women's side, can you guess? Can you guess who I had on the women's side? Ooh, Peter with a pretty good guess, Shelton. The reason I ended up it was between Shelton and Rublev, as Cedric guesses correctly. The reason I picked Rublev is because that mental, like it was a big mental battle. He was down 5-love in the super tiebreak. That's huge. He also faced 2 match points when he was serving at 5-6 in the 5th set. Huge pressure moments, and he acquitted himself. So that's the reason I chose him. And finally, the women's. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a button for the woman who was player of the day on my side. That's Magda Linette. However, I am going to play a button for the second best women's performance, in my opinion, of the day. And yes, it goes to Sabalenka. Saba, 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 Sabalenka. Saba, 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 let's go Sabalenka. All right, so Maria says Sabalenka. I'm going to give you half a point because I did play her button. We don't have a Linette button, but the answer was, Peter, you had it, Linette with the question mark. So yeah, phenomenal performance, takes out the number 4 seed and opens up the draw even more. All right, y'all. I think that's going to be it for me. We've got some matches on tonight. We'll definitely be showing the Tsitsipas-Lehechka match. I will be doing the Korda-Khachanov match, and just stay tuned for any other matches that we'll be doing. Follow the channel. Once again, please give us a like, a subscribe, and thank you for joining me. This was a roundup, day 8 from the Australian Open, Kavi's Corner, and I will be back again tomorrow and also later on for that matchup, Korda versus Khachanov. So have a great rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you later, and definitely I will see you in about 24 hours for day 9. Thank you all very much. Kavi out from Kavi's Corner.
It's Kavi's Corner. Give it a like. I said give it a like. Leave a little comment, share the video, and hit subscribe. That's right. It's your boy. Check out this other video.